What's up, YouTube? Apparently, unhinged Tesla boycotters are going to bankrupt Reddit. This is too many things. I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm just going to give them a like and go ahead and watch the video because Rev's our boy. You may not agree with the lolly model, but the man gets some base takes.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So if you're like me and you've been paying attention to social media over the past couple of years, but definitely over the past couple of months, you might have noticed an uptick in extremist content existing on various social media platforms, largely due to inefficient moderation. Now, normally people blame boogeymen.
That's true. The moderators either don't do their job, or they don't want to do their job, or they purposely do it wrong out of bias, and that's the only people that they want in the threads that they moderate, because they get a little bit of a power trip because it's the only power they're going to have in their real life.
Targets like anonymous messaging boards and stuff like that for this sort of content. However, this big uptick we're seeing is on mainstream platforms like Reddit, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter. We're seeing people get away with violent speech, glorifying and encouraging violence that is not a free speech issue. This is not something that is protected free speech, and it certainly violates the website's TOS on all of those platforms, but nothing's happening. Largely, these threats of violence and calls for violence are being ignored for what can only be described as political reasons. Now, one of the big waves of violence
It's always
has
political
to do with
reasons.
Elon Musk. A lot of people are angry about Elon Musk, and they're attacking him on multiple social media platforms, and doing so while targeting some of his businesses, beginning with this morning an attack on X, where there was a massive cyber attack on X, where basically Elon Musk claims either a large coordinated group and / or a country is involved. And if you were like me trying out X this morning, yeah, there was plenty of blackout times. You couldn't operate the website. It was completely unusable. But that's convenient timing because right now
I probably should have got on the morning so I could
boycott against Tesla, another company owned by Elon Musk, where people are attacking Elon as well as Tesla drivers and trying to label them all as Nazis. Now, of course, it's a bit of a stretch to say that about someone who is driving an electric car, but given the desperation that these people are having right now, they are stretching to the extremes here to try to justify violence against people they disagree with, or people use products they disagree with, or made by people who they disagree with. It's pretty insane, right? So I'm gonna give you kind of a breakdown of how desperate and crazy things have gotten with this sort of movement here over the past couple of weeks.
Oh, give it to us, Rev. Give it to us.
So initially, like I said, it's kind of hard to call someone a Nazi for simply driving an electric car. So now you have these, the good guys out there, going around and spray painting swastikas on people's Teslas.
What is wrong with them?
In their mind,
I hope those people got arrested or hit by a car. Like, I don't want anyone to get hit by a car just for like no reason. But these people, you can't deface someone's property because you don't agree with them politically. And if anything, he used to be on your side, but your side is full of crazy people like you. That's why he left.
Spray painting a swastika is their way of combating bigotry. Yeah, make it make sense. But people would go even further. We would see some boycotts where a lot of the people are paid to be there, by the way. They're starting to basically say we need to stop purchasing Teslas and we have to boycott these factories and these showrooms. And you can see the kind of people who are lining up on a random weekday afternoon to support this kind of stuff.
We're boycotting Tesla. I sold my Tesla. I traded it in for a Subaru, actually.
Shut up, Elon! Go home, Elon!
When you already have 300 billion, why do you need more?
Wake up! Fight back!
I have friends who...
What do you mean, why do you need more? No one needed 300 billion. Why are you only complaining about him having that money? If you had that money, you'd be fine with it, and you'd be trying to get more money. The problem is, you don't have that money. That's why you're jealous of Elon Musk.
who are undocumented.
As a queer person, I've been affected by this. Elon is the biggest clown there is, so I just...
What is going on? What? I understand Elon is a clown. I feel like she just wanted to wear this and then made it fit the message.
decided to dress up as a clown today.
Amazing. There's one more portion of this video uploaded by Channel 5, who's a great channel, by the way, if you want to check them out. But this really kind of sums up the mentality of the people who are masquerading as the good guys in this situation.
Wake up, it's happening way too fast. And if you don't stand up and protect the other groups, you're
What
going
does
to be
this have to do with the message? What message are they trying to send here? Again, I feel like he just wanted to wear this and just found a reason. And if you want to wear something ridiculous out in public, go for it. You don't need to find a reason. If you need to find a reason, then you're embarrassed by it. And you shouldn't be embarrassed if it's something you love or you really want to do. I hope he rethinks his actions. He won't. And if he does, he'll think about it for a second and then just think, oh, no, I was right the first time. I'm always right.
Hitler a year from January of 33 till May of 33.
Yeah, the math ain't mathing on that one, but okay.
To come after the gypsies, which are brown people and migrated and did labor work. 33, 34, 35, 30.
Are the gypsies brown? I always thought they were like a whitish. Granted, I've never met a gypsy. But I always thought they were. I could be wrong.
6, unionists, socialists, trans, and gays. And then in 37, they came after the Jews, Night of the Broken Glass. So that's the progression that we're going through right now. And, you know, the Jews didn't stand up for people at the beginning. They were making money. You know, they were industrialists.
Yep, so it all comes out, right? The person who's waving around this swastika on the label of Tesla, who's trying to fight against all this bigotry, is spreading something that's anti-Semitic. Like, many such cases, by the way. But things
that
will
took
keep
a turn.
escalating. You can see now people are getting attacked in real life for the crime of driving a Tesla in public. You can see this maniac in this video posted on Reddit, chasing down someone driving a Tesla, actually hitting their vehicle in broad daylight. And this courageous man is getting 12,000 updates on Reddit. And you'll notice a theme here. A lot of posts from Reddit with a lot of likes on stuff like this. Then you have people going a step further. Now you have hundreds of New Yorkers swarming and shutting down a Tesla dealership in Manhattan. 6 people were arrested.
Shocking that these people had nothing to do in the middle of the day.
After occupying the showroom, this one has 140,000 updates.
What the? Wait, what is this? Whoa, what the hell? Wait, what is this? What the hell? Wait, what are you doing to this guy?
What do you
As
think
can
they're
see,
doing?
Massive waste of resources. Also, breaking windows and going after employees. Like, I don't understand, again, what the end game here is and what their goal is and what this is going to accomplish other than just wreaking havoc on mostly just people have nothing to do with Elon Musk. But then you have some of the inevitable consequences like this. People are now going around and burning.
Yeah, I hope these people get fully prosecuted. You got to make an example of somebody like this, because if they don't, they will just keep escalating until people start getting hurt, and you can't wait until then to actually retaliate. Prosecute them to the full extent of the law. Make an example. Prevent people from getting hurt.
Burning Teslas, burning Cybertrucks, you know, people's vehicles getting completely torched because, again, somehow this is going to lead to something happening. I'm not sure what. But you can see, right, this is kind of the inevitable result of all this stuff, this rhetoric that's been spread on social media where people think this is okay. It's been escalating over and over again and ramping up over the past couple of weeks because mainly a lot of these social media platforms, they allow it to exist. They allow it to normalize within people. They think this is some heroic deed, and it's crazy. And like I said, what's the end game here? I'm not sure. But like I said, Reddit is one of the platforms that has a lot of this stuff on there, and it's way beyond just people encouraging boycotts or vandalizing these buildings or anything like that. Calls to violence are very regular on Reddit right now, and that's part of the reason the stock is absolutely plummeting. You can see it's down 20% today. That's right. The stock of Reddit has gone down 20% in one day. In fact, you go back a month, it's down 52%. This is an absolute bloodbath. This is because, in part, because of these calls to violence that have been completely ignored. The only time Reddit even begins to respond to this stuff is under legal threats from people like Elon Musk. Because, for example, with him, there were hundreds of posts glorifying violence against him, threatening him, and also trying to plot out literal assassination attempts against him. And Reddit...
I guess we'll never know what Reddit did. Oh well. Linus screwed us.
Wouldn't lift a finger. It's absolutely insane. Reddit's always been a weird echo chamber, but it's gotten so bad that now pretty much anything goes if it's being directed in a certain way. And it's gotten so ridiculous that Reddit has to now go around and punish people for upvoting violent content, which these Redditors are not happy about. So that's how low this has gotten. It's basically out of control.
Oh, good. Listen, I'm all for free speech, but if you're all advocating for violence and to severely hurt someone, it can get pretty out of hand pretty fast when there's that many people unchecked. You can't just let people call to violence or call to arms against someone without making sure that there's no chance it's actually going to happen. A lot of people are just all talk, but someone is going to take it too far. And that's why we got to moderate at least the violent things. Not everything needs to be like Twitter doesn't need to be moderated. That's out in the open where everyone can see it. But when there's Redditors and the mods can ban anyone who doesn't agree, or they can hide stuff, that's something that needs to be moderated by a higher authority than stupid Reddit mods.
At this point, with the number of threads making violent threats and calls to violence and stuff like that, and now they have to go around and say, even if you're liking this stuff, we have to take action, because I think they're getting so nervous about how things are going, but they have no one to blame but themselves. Let's see some of the stuff that's going on with Reddit. So you have this post right here, cheering on domestic terrorism without any repercussions. Absolute insanity. This is titled, "Seems like they can't protect all Tesla dealerships," with 6,000 updates here where they were smashing the windows of this Tesla dealership. You can also see there's some law enforcement there, and you can see from the actual thread. Listen to the reasoning of some of these people, getting a lot of support, by the way. Cause: cops are pulled away from duties to stand ceremoniously before a billionaire's business. Effects: less cops are available to respond to incidents that could arise at other businesses owned by said billionaire. No, what I'm actually reading is resources are...
I thought in that first sentence they were going to be the voice of reason. That took a huge turn towards the other direction. I thought they were going to say, hey, if cops are out doing this, they can't help people who actually need the help. But no. They're saying if cops are busy at one dealership, go to the other one and mess that one up.
Being wasted on a Tesla dealership because a bunch of wackadoos online are throwing bricks at their windows, when those law enforcement and other resources could be used helping people in need. That's what I'm reading here. That's what any sane person is reading. Like, all these comrades, these heroes right here supporting this stuff, if you were in trouble and resources are being used to patch up windows at a Tesla dealership, I think you'd feel pretty stupid. But you can see what they're saying here. Laws are being put in motion to protect the new American SS police. Politicians know what they're doing.
No way you just compared them to SS.
Yes, American SS police. This is like literally insane. They must think they live in an episode of The Handmaid's Tale. Like, it's crazy. Then down here, this person said, cause: vandalism shouldn't be condoned. You don't get to pick and choose when it's okay to do something like throwing a brick through a window.
True.
Minus 26 downvotes, by the way. And then people just justifying this. You get the point. Here's another post.
If it's a downvote and it's minus, isn't that technically a positive?
Here, this person saying, imagine being happy at the sight of this. Where it says, France being based for destroying a swastika dealership outlet. Yeah, you can see there was thousands of likes on this. A French dealership completely burned to the ground. And that's based, according to Reddit. Again, these people can espout their radical and extremist beliefs. You probably can't stop all of them, but Reddit can. I mean, these posts are getting huge traction, and they're up for days, if not weeks, before they even consider lifting a finger. And like I said, they only consider it when they're being threatened with legal action or actual consequences for allowing this stuff. Here's another one saying, for those who missed it, an overt call to violence hit the top of Reddit yesterday, received over 20,000 upvotes before being removed. It says, "Make America Great Again," with a picture of Elon Musk with a bullseye on his head, and then it says, "Make Nazis Dead Again." Yes, 20,000 upvotes, and it was on the front page, the top of Reddit yesterday. And then you see some more stuff like this, hundreds of votes here, talking about an Elon quote right here, where this person quotes something from history saying, "Let us end them all without mercy, and let it be a war of extermination and without pity." Yes, these are the anti-bigots, by the way. But then you also have crazy posts like this. This one got a lot of attention.
Anything to justify their violence, huh?
Said they're organizing a group right now and packing their gun. Ape together strong. Edit, bringing my daily carry pistol, not my entire collection, yada, yada, yada. And this person says, wisely, perhaps by chance that saying you're armed and marching on DC on Reddit isn't the smartest statement to share on the internet. Which...
Man, it is depressing what goes on in Reddit. I only go onto Reddit when I have a question about like a video game or something. Otherwise, I don't go on Reddit, and that's only if it's the top response on Google.
Likes than the original post. More people support this than this person making this observation. In fact, they got ratioed down here by the original poster saying, "It's time. It's a class war. Deny, defend, depose," which is, of course, the Luigi quote. So, yeah, not surprising when you see stuff like that all over the website, that all of a sudden you have news stories like this coming out. Secret Service shoot man carrying gun near White House. I can't believe this is happening. Man, where are people getting the ideas for this kind of stuff? Oh, that's right. It's being helped and normalized by all of these viral posts on places like Reddit. And of course, they're not happy about these new rules. They're barely being implemented, by the way. There's only a few of the biggest posts being taken down. You can see Redditors are furious. They can't support domestic terrorism without consequence. So you can see the update
Well,
here.
yeah.
Repeatedly upvoting violent content on Reddit can now get you flagged. And they say, need a list of what's considered violent content. What?
Yeah.
What are you, like an
It's pretty obvious what the violent content is. They're just blatantly ignoring it, though.
alien that just dropped down
Trying to find a
Earth?
loophole.
You need an explanation of what is violent content? I think it's pretty easy. If there's something promoting violence. There you go, buddy. Here's one saying, I upvoted a picture of a burned Tesla dealership and got a warning. Really? That's crazy. And this person says, the Muscovites / his paid astroturfers are out in full force. Mass reporting on any anti-Musk sentiment. Yeah, that's definitely happening. I'm glad these guys are the ones really pursuing the truth here. You can see somehow these subreddits are like furious. So the pop culture subreddit, because of course the pop culture subreddit says, due to Reddit admins being complete effing morons, this sub is now closed. They created a rule yesterday without warning that anyone upvoting a post that they deem encouraging violence will subject them to a ban. The other mod in this sub is the one who actually did everything, was suspended for upvoting an article about backlash to Trump's weird AI Instagram video, and then cope and seethe, and more cope and seethe. These people are distraught because they're being told no by Reddit and being told they can't support extremist content.
What?
You know what, right now, given the stock and how low it is plunging right now, Elon Musk could do the funniest thing ever. You don't have to like the guy, but he could do the funniest thing ever with Reddit. And I don't care if it burns Reddit down with it, because this platform is a complete mess, and it's literally disgraceful at this point.
It is. Everything I hear about it is absolutely awful. I mean, the parts I visit when I Google something for video games or tech support, always nice, always helpful. I don't know what parts they're going on, but that needs to be checked out.
I want to point out here, there's a clip from Asmongold here. I want to really briefly react to this because he's talked about this a little bit too, and some of the dangers and possible implications, not just for these bad actors on Reddit, but also people who are not violating the rules, who are going to be basically collateral in this whole situation.
Imagine advocating for heavy content moderation, then complain when it gets turned back on you. Yep, there it
Shocker.
is. And I find this also to be funny, is that Reddit is a very censorial website. Like, they constantly ban people for things that are like wrong think, right? Or having the wrong opinion, or saying the wrong thing about something.
I mean, that's how it's been for a long time. Like, if you're not very far on the left, you're probably going to find yourself getting banned pretty quickly. And even if you're someone on the left and you dare to question anything going on there, you question any narratives, you have really, I don't know, like, free thinking skills, you're going to get banned too. Like, it's actually the biggest echo chamber, I think, on any social media platform. So seeing the current climate, I think it's making these people literally lose their minds. They're losing their minds, and now they're just allowing all of this violent rhetoric.
And now these people are on the receiving end of it, and they're crying about free speech. But they were never crying about free speech from people that they disagreed with for getting banned. And so billionaires are terrified. Let's keep going. Yep, this is going to be, they got to deal with it.
They're not terrified. They're not terrified at all. They have plenty of money. They can get as much protection as they need, and you will eventually run out of steam or get caught. They're not terrified.
It's getting real bad. These people are speed running Internet Real ID.
And that's something I think is a genuine possibility out of all.
And if you want to know what that is, Blizzard, in order to combat like bullying and hate speech and basically anything negative you don't want on your forums, they've tried to implemented a real ID system. So you had to, so like everyone could know what your name was. So they knew who you were in case you posted something awful. And that did not go well. Because no one wants their personal information, even just their name, out on the internet, especially in like a toxic fandom or something. So doing that on Reddit is going to get a lot of people in a lot of trouble.
This where you're going to be required,
especially if it's retroactive and it changes everything you posted to have your name on it. People can go back and see like all the hateful stuff you did, and you're not going to remember everything you typed. They're going to find so many things with your name on it you do not want them to find.
To hand over your identification just to use social media platforms. You might have to literally show your full legal details just to have an account, because people are completely unaccounted for. They're doing crazy stuff. They're posting extremist stuff on places like Reddit, and they're getting away with it because no one's challenging them. Not even the own platforms they're on are not moderating them. And now it's going to get to a point where if this stuff isn't moderated, it's going to cause big trouble, and they're going to get big pressure from the government, for example, and eventually they're going to have to really crack down, or it'll give way to things like Internet ID. And it's going to be a really, really bad situation. And again, people might dislike Elon Musk or this or that. You don't bend the rules just because you dislike the person that's being targeted by some of this stuff, right? If you're a free speech advocate, don't worry. Violent glorification in posts like that is not protected free speech. I mean, that
That's
should be
true.
obvious. And at the very least, it's not supported by the TOS of these websites. They're literally shooting themselves in the foot every single day by allowing this stuff. And I think any reasonable person can understand why this stuff shouldn't be allowed on platforms like Reddit or Twitter or Twitch. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next
See
time.
if I can pause it before it changes over. Nope, didn't make it.
Zach.
Leave a comment down below what you think about all this. Do you think that they're going to be able to do anything about it? Do you think they even care about doing anything about it? Frankly, I think they can destroy as much as they want. I'm guessing he's making more off of the insurance than he's ever going to make off the cars at this point. Because everyone you sell one to is one less person you could sell one to, and only so many people can afford those cars to begin with. So I think they're just doing him a favor by burning it down so he can collect the insurance money. Frankly, that's a lot smarter than the insurance fraud he normally would have had to go with. So good for him. Good for him. Well, I'm going to catch you later, YouTube. We're going to move on to the next one. Probably, actually, I want to watch this Comedy Central one. So you have a safe one. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. And if you see a stray animal, take care of it a little bit too. Toss it something. Maybe a little piece of bologna, a little piece of ham, a little bit of chicken, a little ham, chicken ham. All right, catch you. Bye. Mwah.